First confessional. I found the compass, but someone claimed it first, so I'm a little bit pissed. In my defense, I didn't understand how it worked. I didn't know that I had to go digging through the comment section of Coach's Instagram. If I would have known that sooner. But now I get it. Do I think I possibly made a mistake voting for Jack? Absolutely, because I knew in my gut everyone was going to vote for Lorrie, but it also just didn't sit right with me just voting for Lorrie, because I think, truth be told, everyone was like, she's the oldest, right? Let's just get her out. I was kind of going for who do I think seems as though they're far too keen and aware on how this game works. So that's why I went with Jack, because there's something about like the young, like 20-year-old like type people who even like watching Survivor, they're just so super fans, because it's like, I mean, not saying that I'm 25, I'm not much older than him, but there's something about even that like couple age gap difference where it's like, you are going to be playing so hard, so intense. If I can get you out right now, I'm going to go for that. Will I say it's just because what I'm gonna say is that I haven't decided what I'm gonna say to him yet if he brings it up. However, I'm feeling really good about Maddison. I kind of like the connection we have going on there. So I'm hoping to work with her. And I think, honestly, if she wants to work, like she kind of seemed as though she was interested in working with Jack, I would be willing to do that. I want to work with Mike. I kind of like the vibes that Mike's giving off. Jessica's got to go. Jessica's got to go. Gotta go. I don't know why yet, but there's just something in my soul that's saying Jessica's gotta go. Not sure on Greg yet. Greg's his name, right? I don't want to be an idiot. I'm texting on my phone. Yeah, Greg. Recording this on my phone. So all in all, I think my start is, I've never done anything like this before, like this online thing. So I think now, knowing how to look for advantages, how like better understand clues and stuff like that, honestly, I'm just gonna like just keep looking through and just hope that I don't even need a clue in order to find something. But it does stress me knowing that the thing has been found, which I think is an interesting dynamic. Because do I want to use that as like a power play and be like, just so everyone knows, the advantage was found, putting that out there. But then it's kind of like, oh yeah, Cole was going out looking for the advantage. So I don't know yet how to play this. It's very interesting. Because on Survivor, it's like, you just think you haven't found it yet. You can assume someone has it, but I know that someone has the advantage now, right? So we'll see.
I found the compass clue, but too late. Someone already found it. Yeah, so I'm a little disappointed, but at least, I mean, the good news is that I know where to look for them. I just got to be faster at it. I'm probably playing with some more experienced players who maybe have seen a couple seasons of Expedition Online before. I have not, unfortunately, which might be my downfall in this instance. But you know what? I'm going to remain focused and try to get the next advantage. But I do know that it's a compass, so someone will get immunity at some point. I'm assuming that it was someone strictly on Team Coach, because the clue was relevant a little bit more to Coach, and it was on his Instagram, like an old Instagram post. So now I've got to like look at the other 7 tribe members and figure out who I think might have it. There's a good chance that Lorrie could have found it, because we did vote her out, or the majority of us voted her out in like the first twist of the season. And my assumption is that, you know, maybe she got an extra clue, or just extra time to search for it. So I definitely have my eyes on Lorrie. Outside of Lorrie, Jessica seems talkative and very like game oriented, so she could have it. Um, those would be probably I would say like my top two guesses right now. So I have to figure out whether that means I should alienate them and try to get everyone else to turn against them, or if that means I should ally with them so that down the road they don't use the compass against me. Otherwise, it's the first day. I'm on Coach's tribe, and I'm actually really happy. I'm the man, and I think we could learn a lot from him. I think at the very least he's going to be really entertaining, and it's just great to get to know someone like him. In terms of my tribe, I actually really like them. So when we first joined, and they were like telling us about the rules and things, I was definitely still like eyeing people down, being like, oh, who, based on like pure first impression, who do I think I might want to work with? And a lot of the people who I was interested in wound up on in my party. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. Jack stood out as someone who I could potentially want to work with. Mikey, also Maddison and Lady K, partially because of, and actually, like Cole a little bit too. And some of it's just because of like proximity. And like I've lived in New York City where Cole lives. I'm from Connecticut where Mikey is from. I'm currently living in Maryland, and I went to school in DC. So there's a connection there with Lady K. So I'm curious to like actually start to be able to build relationships. Today we were all just hanging out in one room. So I'm looking forward to, seeing where other people land at the moment, and if we gel well and could potentially work together and like form an early alliance, and at least keep ourselves safe should we have to eliminate someone from our party. Yeah, I'm having a great time. Looking forward to it, and I'm like itching to get the game going.
I have so much to pack into 5 minutes. It's absurd. Okay. I got picked to be part of Coach's team, but I got picked second to last out of the fucking guys. Or I think I got picked last. I don't know. But I was picked pretty near the bottom. And honestly, I'm a little upset. I'm like, hey, do you not believe me? Do you not value me as this really good player? Because believe me, I am a really good player. And I cannot believe that I get drafted pretty close to last because they don't know the storm that's coming. I'm good, and I should have been picked first. But other than that, I actually like my tribe. I don't think I dislike anyone on my tribe. I think everyone's very nice, and I don't really have any bad opinions about any of them. I think they're very nice people. I think some of them are a little quieter than others, but I think they're cool. I think they're cool. So it's going to be hard if we lose tomorrow and we have to go on to vote someone out. Because, frankly, I like everybody. I'm not going to be the first one to throw a name. I'm going to be relying on some of these older people to get the ball rolling. I can tell that Jessica's already very outspoken. I can tell that Mike probably will say what he thinks. So I'm cool with that. We did a challenge. It went well as well. I don't know what it meant at all. Is there a reward or something to it? Was it for anything, or was it just for, hey, how well can you work together? Like, is that it? Like, what's the deal? I don't know. But that went well, and I think our team could be good. I'm hoping that we're better than the other team, but we're gonna have to figure that out. Let's get to the juice. Let's get to the meat of the confessional here. Let's get to the little meat. Let's start with two things. Bad thing, good thing. Number one, we had this first impressions vote, and I hated it because in my head, I'm like, who the fuck am I going to vote? I like all these people. Who am I going to vote? So I voted Mike. I literally didn't have a reason. I did not have a reason. I just said, I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to pick someone random. No hard feelings against you, Mike. I think you're actually a really cool guy. I just spun in a circle and chose. and I knew you weren't gonna. I knew the person wasn't gonna go, so I was like, whatever. But this bitch Cole votes for me. I think he doesn't like me. I think he's scared of me. I don't know if he knows me. I don't know if he like has seen me play before or has heard of me before. I don't know what his deal is. I certainly don't recognize him. But this guy has got me scared. He's got me scared. Because I know that he's looking at me and he's going, this guy is smart. This guy knows how to play. So I gotta watch out for him. Because I have a feeling he's coming out for me. And so I gotta build numbers fast. Not crazy fast. Not like I don't have to go like sicko mode or anything like that. But I do have to go kind of fast against this guy. Because I can already tell his head is spinning. And I can already tell that he is thinking, all right, how am I going to weaken or get rid of this guy as quickly as possible? He thinks I'm a threat. It's as easy as that. Number 2, I found the compass. I found the idol. I found the compass really easy. Not too easy. I did have to like scroll a little bit. I did have to think for a little bit, but I did find it. And I'm really excited. I haven't found an idol in a while. Like just normally found an idol, and I'm really excited that I have one because it means I get to play with a little bit more of my affable charm, and I'm really excited about that. Overall, I think this tribe, I think a few people on this tribe are gonna look at the challenge tomorrow as a huge benchmark for how to vote. I think they're gonna look at that and go, this is what we're going to base our vote on. So I got to do well in that challenge. I have my shit. I've done challenges like them before. I don't know what the challenge is, but I've done shit like it before. I just got to do well. Man, I am starting off great. Can't wait to win, baby.
So for the challenge, we split up into teams. One guy didn't know how to spell 13. So that was interesting. But I nailed it. Okay? Nobody wants to go on Survivor and not nail a challenge. I think that puts a pretty big target on your back. But at least I'm useful. I wasn't ready for the twist that they put in there. With the whole voting someone out you've known for 5 minutes. I hope that they don't hold that against us. Yikes. And then we had to go back in and talk to them, like at camp. And that was awkward. They seemed to take it okay, but I don't know if they actually meant it. Hopefully they did. Anyway, it was fun today. I liked meeting Coach Wade. He was everything that I thought he'd be. Pretty great. I think I was the only one open about me and my love for Coach. I don't regret it. I wanted to be coached by Coach, and there's no other way around it.
Hey, you guys, it's Lady K. I was chosen to be on Team Coach. I'm super excited. Let's be honest though, I feel like a fish out of water. I was able to find out that we had a clue, but when I asked for the clue, I don't even know where to begin looking. I've been looking for like the last 45 minutes. I feel so bad. Like, this may have been a mistake. So I don't know how I feel. My tribe's really cool. The first challenge was a puzzle, which I told everybody I sucked at, but thankfully it was super simple. Maybe I'm overthinking this whole clue thing. So I'm excited to see how it's going to go. I hope the player that we had to vote out is not voted out, and that she doesn't hold it against me, because that would suck. But I mean, I think I wasn't quiet. I feel like I didn't over talk, and I allowed space for people to talk and kind of meet me and see me. It was a little weird to me that no one was playing so hard, right? Like, I get that we're a tribe, but why didn't we kind of break up and talk to one another individually? Maybe too early, maybe not, but this is going to be rough if we keep playing nicey into the last minute. So again, a fish out of the water. Maybe I just don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm here. Night 1. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Talk soon.
Okay, this is my confessional from Lorrie Demand, season 5, day 1. So as far as my party, everyone seems pretty nice. It kind of sucked being the first person to get voted out. It wasn't so bad when I found out I didn't really get voted out, and I've got a head start to a clue to a compass, otherwise known as an immunity idol. So I'm hoping to spend some time before I go to bed tonight and maybe find it before anybody else does. I'm looking forward to day 2. See ya.
I'm currently filming this in my car, so I'm so sorry about the lighting. But it was the first night. I literally love it. So like first, I was a little bit nervous because I think I'm the youngest one, and that can either be like a good thing or a bad thing. I feel like with most people, because they could be like, oh, youth, whatever, like smart brain, not smart brain, what the fuck, fresh brain, kind of, or they could be like, oh, they're young, they don't like have enough maturity or knowledge or whatever. But that seemed to go okay. And then we found out about the twist, and I was like, dude, people are gonna hate me. And I hate, like, not, I guess it's not really betrayal, because like they don't know, like we were all just like forced into this new situation where we didn't have a clue about anybody, so we all just like wrote random names down, and Jessica wrote my name down, and it's just like, why? And then we get back into our like group things, and she's like, oh, like I didn't want to vote Lorrie because she said she's good at puzzles, and I felt like the challenge was going to be a puzzle, so I put your name down. And it's just like, that doesn't seem like a very good enough reason to not put my name. I don't know, but thank God it wasn't actually me that got voted out, or not voted out, but like taken out of the challenge. And then we got to do the competition, which surprisingly I did pretty good at, I think. I mean, it took me a while because I'm not good at math, so I don't know why I volunteered for that part, but like as soon as like we got to our like chat, like I knew that I wanted to align with Cole. Like I just knew it. Like I just loved his vibe. I felt like me and him would get along great. So I was like, okay, like if Cole's gonna do the triangle one, I want to do the triangle one with him and like see what could like grow from there. And then like eventually we got to break out into our breakout rooms, and we both said like we're feeling good about each other. So I think me and him are gonna be like really tight these next coming weeks, hopefully, unless he's just lying to me this whole time. But yeah, I really like him, get good vibes from him. I like Mike a lot. I think he said the same thing too about Mike. Because of what Jessica did, I feel like I am a little bit cautious about it, because obviously she sees me, maybe not as a threat, but like as a target, because she wanted to get rid of me, and that's a little bit scary. So the sooner we could get her out, the better, in my opinion. But overall, I think our tribe's really cool. I'm on team coach. Like, oh my god, the coach. Like, it's not like fake coach or like a coach. It is the coach, the Dragon Slayer. I'm like, I was floored. I literally didn't think in a million years I was gonna be on his tribe, team, whatever we're calling it. But I'm so happy that I am. He's just such a vibe, and it's so cool. But yeah, those are my thoughts for right now. I'm just excited to see what tomorrow brings. A little bit nervous. Hopefully me and Cole can strengthen our connection a bit more. And then me and him and Mike maybe could talk and we can get something going. And if we do have to vote someone out, it better frickin' be Jessica, or I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, that's all. Bye.
All right, first confessional, day 1. So far, so good, I think. besides having, what's his name? Jack vote my name down for the first challenge of who's going to be going out first. That scared the living shit out of me to see my name. I did not scroll down long enough to see if anybody else wrote my name, which I'm a little upset about, but you know, that's not good in my mind. That's one person that off first impressions I didn't click with. So I'm going to have to mend that. Right away I told them, don't know hard feelings. You know, it's okay. You had to write somebody down. But secretly in the back of my mind, I'm going to keep that, you know, right up here. But who do I like going into this? I think I like Maddison. She seems like a sweetheart. Kayvon, Miss K, she just has great, genuine vibes. And Greg, he's also from Connecticut, so we have like that Connecticut bond. I'd love to get a one-on-one with him. And I think Cole is a really smart player. I've played with people like him in the past who come off quiet, but you could just tell he knows a lot about the game, and you could tell he's probably going to be sneaky. So there's two ways I can handle this. Get really close to him, so he would never think about voting me out, because I think he could be a strong player. Or I can maybe have somebody else tell me that he's a smart guy, maybe do want to get rid of him. So I don't want to stick out as a strategic threat right now. I want to stick out as someone who's social, someone who's there for the team, and find a group of people that I could trust and move forward with. You know, we couldn't have any one-on-one calls. We couldn't have any, you know, three-way or four-way chats, whatever the groups are set up as. So game is still really early, but I'm just trying to make good impressions. I'm not trying to rub the people the wrong way. I just want people to know that I'm a nice guy and I'm someone that they're willing to work with. And like I said, as of now, day one, I'd probably say Jack, Maddison, and Kayvon. I think Greg, Kayvon, and Maddison, I think the people I really like. But Cole's going to be interesting. I'm hoping he wants to reach out to me too. If he's a smart guy and we both want to play this game together, let's ride. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not happy that my name came up from Jack and he wanted to vote me out the first challenge vote. That kind of scares me. I wish I saw who else voted for everybody, but I only have a phone and I was kind of nervous holding up my vote for Lorrie and I couldn't really scroll. So I'm hoping not too many other people wrote my name down. But yeah, you know, I'm happy that I did really well on the crossword. I killed it. I think I kind of carried that, which is nice. At least people will be like, okay, Mike could be a good in challenge early on. So we'll see. I'm just really excited. It was awesome to see Coach. It was awesome to meet Coach. I mean, he's a legendary player in this game, probably one of the best personalities to ever play Survivor. So to be able to be on his team and represent Coach and Survivor, Fishbach, I got my eyes on you. I freaking love you, man. You're like my guy. Listen to Rob House's podcast every single day when you're on it, and you're one of my favorites to ever play. So you made a mistake not picking me. So I'm coming out with a vengeance. I'm going to come out strong and I'm ready to go. So let's go. Let's keep it moving. Let's stay positive. You get that first day jitters. You get the first day a little nervousness. So we just got tomorrow's a new day. Hopefully we win the challenge. Don't have to worry about it. But based off, you know, my responses, again, Maddison, Kayvon, and Greg, I think I had the best vibes with to start. But let's go. It's my fourth org. I'm ready to rock and roll. And I just want people to be able to trust me. And I think that will happen once I start to build the core alliance. And I just haven't been able to do that yet. But I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock and roll. Expedition Online. It's Mike paying us the time. This is my fourth org. And I won before. And I'm ready to win again. So let's just keep rocking and rolling. And thanks for having me. All right, quick little confessional. I did notice last night that the two ladies who were voted off were in these certain rooms late night called the secret room, the voting room. So something was going on last night. Whether they're still in the game, whether they're competing to have an advantage, competing to screw one of us, but something's going on. And we still haven't really found out what that is. I mean, Lorrie has been chatting with us all day. So did she really get voted off? Like, what's going on? Does anybody else kind of wonder? Like, I thought she was gone. So we'll see. I mean, there's definitely something going on last night. I forgot about the other girl on Fishbach's team, but she was poking around late night in all these different rooms by herself. So I think she had a challenge. I'm keeping my eye on that.
Okay, so we have our first day in the books. I would call it a success, and there were a lot of challenges thrown our way, both in a literal challenge way and a social way, because right off the bat, after we were put into our teams, which, yay, I'm with Steven, that's what I wanted, but after that, right after that, had to, like, vote somebody out right in front of everybody, and I ended up being one of the only people who didn't vote for Rhonda, who ended up getting the most votes, and I felt like an idiot because, yeah, I didn't vote with everybody else. I voted for Simona, and right after that, we had to do a challenge where we did these puzzles, and I was trying to recoup or, like, reassemble whatever the fuck I just did, because I felt like I messed up by voting for someone who didn't get the majority of the votes. So I tried to be strategic and not pick something and try and see where Simona was going to go for the puzzle. And so I ended up being in the same room alone with her when we were working on the final puzzle. So I basically used that as an opportunity to say, hey, sorry for that. I did that because I didn't think that you were going to actually be voted out. And so I thought that if I voted for you, it would make it look like I didn't like you. So then we could form this, like, secret alliance or something, which was kind of bullshit, but also kind of true because I am working with her now because that formed our connection. And then at the end of that, Rhonda comes into the chat with me and Simona and says, hey guys, I'm not actually voted out. I was given this clue, and it has something to do with the jury of survivor token genes, and so now we're going to be on the hunt for that, and I don't believe that Rhonda would tell that to anybody else. So I hope that works to the advantage of myself and Simona, but myself especially. And yeah, it was definitely a interesting day. We have an eclectic group. I get good vibes from Robbie, and I get good vibes from Zyanya, and I get good vibes from Jeni. They all seem very warm and personable. I also like Rhonda. She's a quirky character, but I really like her. Randy definitely talked a lot. And for someone who did not see the first 20-something seasons of Survivor, he sure has a lot of opinions about them and likes to give his 2 cents about absolutely everything. So if my first impression was anything like anybody else's, then hopefully we can take him out at some point. Because if we have to go to Crossroads, then I don't want to be the one going. I would prefer it would be him because he seemed nice enough, but yeah, just like sharing his opinions about everything. Though he did say his charity was something related to animals, and as someone who has worked at zoos and worked with endangered animals, that is something very, very important to me. I love nature. My charity is Cool Earth, so I obviously love nature. But just personality-wise, like, I just don't think Randy and I are going to click. I feel like Rhonda talked a lot, but I don't think it was in like a... I don't know. I don't want to say that either of them were doing it in a bad way, but like Randy's talking was just like, let other people talk. I didn't get to know the other people, and I want to get to know the other people. And he also has a podcast, which I wouldn't start a podcast about something unless I like knew all of it. I would either start if I knew nothing and I was like just jumping in, or if I knew absolutely everything and I wanted to like educate people about it. And he doesn't know either, but he sure had a lot of opinions, but we'll see how that goes down the road. I think we have a lot of more gelling to do. I really wanted someone to be the one to rip off the Band-Aid and say like, hey, we're going to go to the well and we're going to talk, but nobody wanted to do that. And actually it was explicitly said, I don't want to be the person to do that. So I was like, well, if that's what everyone's doing, then I'm going to do what the majority is doing, even though I kind of think it's stupid, but whatever. But yeah, so pretty successful day 1. Really crazy. Glad I am with Fishbach. We're going to win this. I hope we're going to just steam through, beat everyone, well, not beat everyone, beat the other team in all of the challenges. And yeah, hopefully we don't have to go to Crossroads at all. That would be great. And if we get some compass in my possession or my alliance's possession, that would be great. But I'm not looking to do that right now, especially to do anything that's going to paint a huge target on my back for now. I just want to be likable. I'm really glad nobody voted for me in the beginning. So let's see if we can do that. Okay.
Man, as far as the orientation in day 1 went, I am a bit disappointed on how we started things. I feel bad that it was essentially a unanimous decision to get rid of Rhonda, and I felt just horrible when she came back. We played it as coy as we could. We all apologized the best we could, but there's only so much you can make up for by kicking someone out in minute 5 of the whole thing. Really hoping she didn't come out of it with anything. She was talking about advantages right off the bat and how she may have gotten some information towards that. As far as first impressions go, Zyanya and Robbie seemed to really click well with myself. We were able to solve our puzzle almost instantly. There wasn't really anything working against us there. As far as personalities go, I'm pretty sure I can gel with pretty much everyone. Rhonda might be a tough sell, but she has a lot of personality, and I'm pretty good at navigating personalities. I think I might be able to string her along with us. I didn't want to get rid of Rhonda first. I really think I could work with her better than maybe some of the other on my tribe. I think Sofina might be a hard sell to work with me. I figured getting rid of her first, Rhonda, that is, I figured that would be an easy choice. I didn't really want to part my decision making with the tribe, and I really got a good feel for how everyone would do that first initial vote. In an ideal scenario, we wouldn't have to do something like that, but bless Rhonda's heart, she didn't have the courage to write anyone in our tribe's name down. Unfortunately, Lorrie did, the person who got the first vote there, and she chose me. So I'm really glad there wasn't a twist where they swapped places. That would have been detrimental to my game, having Rock and Rhonda switch with someone who puts my name down on a whim. That wouldn't be ideal. The one plus to everything is I did find a day 1 clue to a hidden advantage. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to secure the advantage. I haven't really found anything too close to what I should be looking for. I put like 3 hours into looking. Some of that time was the second after I found the clue while we were still in the group conversation. I hope no one noticed how quiet I did get for that time period. I was trying to stay involved while I was looking, wasn't trying to draw attention to myself. I did end up zoning out at one point, I'm pretty sure, though, unfortunately. More unfortunate now that I don't have the advantage as well. Hopefully I can pull Robbie or Z aside tomorrow, maybe get some help securing that. But I really am exhausted on places where to look. I've invested a good bit of time, and I came up empty-handed. The clue dropped while everyone was in that big group chat, and hopefully I was the only one to see it. I did notice, I jumped on it instantly. I saw it come in while everyone was talking, and by the time I started my search, the clue was gone, so, or at least out of sight. So who knows how many other people got access to that. Hopefully me or my group will be the ones to finally decipher that. Just looking at the tribes as a whole, I really think that Fishbach did a good job of coordinating a team that he thinks would connect and gel together. I really think that he was right on that avenue where he suggested just a team that could actually stay together and be genuinely kind and personable. Everyone seems like someone I would be friends with in the real world. Even Rhonda, I'd say. She's a little crazy, but I have a lot of older friends. She just seems like she's excitable for a new situation.
Hey, here's my confessional for the first night. I am on Team Fishbach, which I'm super, super stoked for. He was actually the one I secretly wanted to be my captain. I seem to feel like our team is quite amazing. I definitely think we're going to do well. We all kind of sat around and talked about Survivor and how big of fans most all of us are, and I feel like we all have a lot in common. I think it's going to really go well. I feel we had a little bit of mic issues with our challenge. I couldn't hear, but that's okay. We'll get that straightened out. We figured it out. We went in and came back, and then everything worked out fine. I was the one that of Two with Randy that got to do the triangle challenge, which we both had figured out quite early, but didn't hear each other, unfortunately. But I think this is going to be an amazing season, and I think it's going to be super fun, and I think we have a great team. Thanks.
Wow. Okay, so we just got done with night 1 of Expedition Online, and you were looking at the newest member of Team Fishbach. Okay, I kind of wanted to go Fishbach more than Coach, just because I feel like we have so much in common. Like, honestly, I feel like the way he plays his game, the knowledge he has for Survivor is the same knowledge that I carry. And I feel like we're just very similar in play styles. So I was ecstatic to see my tribe. Sorry, it's going to take me a couple days to learn everybody's names, but I instantly loved everyone that I had on my tribe. A lot of theater people. Yes, a lot of theater people. I feel like I could form a connection with almost everyone. I was a little nervous right off the bat because Holden and myself, we got talking about Atlanta right at the very beginning of the game, where we got to meet everyone on both tribes before they got drafted. And I was a little nervous about us being kind of idled out as two people who could work together, but I'm hoping throughout the festivities of the night that everyone else kind of forgot about that completely. So I'm hoping no one really looks into it, but he's someone that I definitely would like to work with. And Robbie was someone right off the get-go that I was instantly looking at, like, I want to get with him, but I'm not sure now. I'm kind of leaning more towards some of the women on my tribe, but we already had our first twist of the season. We had to vote someone out instantly, or vote them away, not out. And I already knew where this was going. Everyone was going to vote out Rhonda, rockin' Rhonda, because she's the oldest. And I contemplated switching my vote just because I felt so bad for her because she is so sweet. But I didn't. And Rhonda got sent to, I can't remember exactly where it is, but she got sent somewhere. And I'm almost certain that she got a clue to the advantage just because she was talking so much about how do we find these advantages and such, or she's going to be immune at the first crossroads. One or the other. That's what it's going to be. We had our first challenge, kind of team challenge. Who knows who won? Who knows what the winner got? We had to split off into groups, 2 groups of 2, 1 group of 3, and work on these puzzles. So Jeni and myself worked on the triangle puzzle, and my mic, it wasn't my mic's fault. There was a glitch in Discord that took, like, no one could hear me. I was saying forever, it's 13, it's 13, it's 13. We spent like 10 minutes before we finally agreed. And I think that's what caused us the loss. And I hope no one looks into it. But man, the rest of the night was fantastic. In terms of people that I kind of want to lean towards working with, I'm going to say her name wrong. Zyanya. Yeah, Z, basically. It rhymes with lasagna, but Zyanya, I'm loving her. I think her and I could have a great relationship. And it might be someone I want to work closely with. Her and Simona. Yeah, sorry, still learning names. I want to get with those two. I think we could have a great alliance along with David. That's the core 4 right there that I want to get with. So it was so fun. Looking forward to day 2. The adventure has began, or shall I say expedition has begun. Stay tuned.
What's up, Expedition Online? So yesterday was day 0, and already we have some things to talk about. So let's get into it. First and foremost, let's talk about how, your boy was what? First pick by who? Steven Fishbach. Okay, listen, I don't know if that's how things shook down, but I'm going to assume he said my name first, that I was first pick on his team. So I'm really feeling myself. I was feeling good that, I stood out amongst my peers. And Steven saw merit in picking me first. Like, you don't get picked first for no reason. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. As far as first impressions last night, I don't know if I made the best first impression, which was partially my goal. I didn't want to be a standout in that first call because, one thing about Survivor super fans, they always feel like they have to play the game so hard. And if you come in and you're like over the top too much, or you give off a great first impression, people might see it as a good thing, but on the other hand, they might see it as like, oh, this person is going to be dangerous later. They could be a target, they could be a threat, whatever. And I don't want that perception on me this early, you know what I mean? I'm so excited. Like, I'm looking at this cast, I don't know a single person, which means what? They don't know me, which means what? They will not see what's coming. And I told Shane this last night, but you have woken the beast. I have not played a game in a year and a half, but when I tell you I am ready to play, I'm ready to play Expedition Online, and I'm ready to just, I got the captain that I wanted. No offense, coach. You would have been lovely as well. I would have played the game either way. I have a great starting tribe. And I was first pick. It's like, what more can I ask for at this stage in the game? I'm just so excited on stage 9. So let's get into some first impressions. I'll go down my tribe and then just give my first thoughts, just whatever. So, I apologize if I say anybody's name wrong, but Simona, love her. I want to work with her. I haven't had a chance to talk to her individually. I really wish we could talk in between the days because that's where I shine, give them the little razzle dazzle. But it's fine. I will capitalize on the time that I do have with them. Simona is one that really stands out to me as somebody that I want to work with, along with David. That was his name. So David is currently living in Illinois, which is my homeland, where I was born and raised. So I can relate to him on, how terrible Illinois is. He had an Eastern shirt, so I don't know if he goes to EIU or U of I, but I can relate to both of those things. So I'm really looking forward to working with Simona and David. Now, the reason why that works out in my favor, I believe, is because David and Simona worked on the Rebus puzzle together. Now, listen, sorry, I'm a little all over the place, but I'll get into that. I get into that. Just wait. Hold on. Okay. After Simona, I talked about Simona, I talked about David. Let's talk about Randy. I think Randy is great. I do. I think that Randy will be a harder target to get out. And initially, upon first meeting Randy, I was like, okay, great person. Do I want to work with them? I don't know. But I can see that Randy is going to be like the glue to this tribe right now, so I would not dare throw out Randy's name. If somebody brought it to me, I'd be like, what, are you sure? Yeah, I'll do it. I'm down, but I'm not going to be the one to initiate that plan because I can see that Randy is going to be very well insulated on this tribe, which is cute. That's fine. We'll get to Randy later, but as of now, Randy is definitely somebody that I want to work with. I think Randy has a big personality. I think Randy has a lot of survivor knowledge. Had some hot takes though, talking about Marianne didn't deserve to win. Goodbye, the door. Exit stage right. Thank you. Next we have Z or Zyanya. Love her. I want to work with Z so bad. Z gives me great vibes. The razzle dazzle, the ooh ah ah sensation, if you will. Whatever. That sounds weird. It's a Drag Race reference. Z is everything, and I want to work with Z. I want Z and me to be a 3 with my boy Holden, who is next. Those were the 2 that I did the puzzle with. Holden, child, listen, I'm gonna get into it right quick. Yesterday, we had to split off into 2 groups of 2 and 1 group of 3. A group of 2 was doing the triangle puzzle, and a group of 2 was doing a Rubik's puzzle, but there was a group of 3 of us that was doing a word scramble puzzle. So after you finish your puzzle, you got to go sit in a room individually with the people that you did the challenge with. So we figured ours out quick. And when I say we, I mean Holden, Z, and myself. And listen, I was going to be in that group of 3 no matter who was in there. I was going to be in that group of 3, no questions asked, because numbers are everything. I need 2 people to always have my back. And that was the perfect way to establish that, was get in that group of 3, make a good first impression, and take advantage of that alone time to talk. Like that was a no-brainer for me. But Holden gets in the call and he's like, so when I saw the overall cast, like all 16 of us, I saw Robbie and I saw Zyanya. I don't even think he said her name right. And I said, those are the two that I want to work with. Sir, do you think I'm stupid or dumb? Which one? Because that's a stretch. That's a reach. You could have said, like, I get good vibes from you all on this tribe, whatever. No, what did you do? You tried to act like it was an instinctual thing to want to work with us. Like, it's giving red flags. Not red flags, but just like you're saying whatever you need to say. But it's fine. I think we left that call with kind of an understanding that us three kind of want to move forward together. We haven't had much time to strategize and talk, but I think with the vibes and energy that us three gave off for the rest of the call, that everything will be good and we will be golden. So I'm going to keep those two tight. And let's get into the last two. Rhonda. Lovely, lovely, lovely woman. But baby, where's the off switch? Like I'm looking for, where's the off switch? There is no off switch. I would say Rhonda talked 70% of the time. Randy talked 40% of the time. And I know that's more than 100%. But the point I'm trying to make is part of the time when Randy was talking, Rhonda was talking over him. And that's why it's more than 100%, because Rhonda or Randy was talking most of the time. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, can we go around and introduce ourselves? Hi, my name is Robbie. Did any of you know that? No, because I haven't had a chance to talk. But it's fine. We had this awkward twist where we had to vote someone out of the tribe with nothing to go off of but first impressions. And listen, first impressions are everything. And I thought to myself, I said, okay, this person clearly is not going home. It's day 0. They're not going to vote someone out day 0. So do I vote someone that gave me good vibes that I feel like I could trust with an advantage? Because I felt like the person who was voted out was potentially going to get an advantage. I feel like it's Survivor. You know what I mean? So I thought about initially putting my vote on David. But I thought to myself, I said, listen, if I put my vote on David and everybody else votes Rhonda, which is what I expected to happen, was Rhonda to be the vote, because Rhonda did not give off the best first impression, and David leaves, and let's say for whatever reason David gets swapped over to the other tribe. David is going to have, or let's say David doesn't leave. Actually, let's say David is still in this tribe, and I voted for David, and let's say we don't get a chance to talk. I don't get a chance to clear the air. David is going to have this impression in his mind that I don't like David and that I want to vote David out or X, Y, and Z. And that's not the case whatsoever. So for me, I was like, I want to just do what I think the majority is going to do so that I don't rub someone the wrong way. Because that's what the last person on our tribe did, which is Jeni. Jeni wrote down my name. Yeah, a moment of silence for that, because you don't write down my name. You don't know what it was for, whether it be an advantage, actually voted out of the game, whatever. You wrote down my name and you tried it. I don't like to be tried, especially not this early. Like, I feel like, what did I do? Did I not give off a good first impression or whatever? But like, why did you write down my name? It was giving, I don't know if I could ever work with you. And this is why I didn't vote for David, because I don't know what Jeni's intentions were with writing down my name. But now I know she's willing to write down my name, and that's something that I'm never, ever, ever going to forget about. And I will address it. Better believe I will address it. And last thing, because I know these are supposed to be 5 minutes, here's the tea. Hold on, that was bad. Here's the tea. So, last night I found what I thought was an idol, but it wasn't an idol. Why? Because somebody has the idol. I don't know if it's one per tribe. I don't know if it is one in the whole game. I don't know. But somebody on our tribe could have the idol. So last night when we were allowed to talk till 9:30, there were a few quiet people. Simona was on her phone. David was on his phone. or like they just weren't as active, and I noticed that like Simona was doing other stuff. So I feel like one of them definitely could have it. I could be completely wrong there. I don't think Z has it. Holden was kind of quiet. I don't know. Jeni was being too attentive. Yep. No, I don't think Jeni has it, which is good. But with that being said, there won't be unanimous votes on this tribe, which is a little messy, in my opinion, you know. But I'll be damned if I make a unanimous vote on somebody who went to a summit with Janet, on somebody knowing that there's an idol out there. Like, no, I'm not about to get idled out of the game. Like, I will be throwing shots at Jeni, and I think I'm going to approach it by telling people my plan and what I want to do and why I want to do it, because she wrote down my name, but I also don't want to come off like a petty bitch, and I want to let that just be a moment of the past. But with a tribe that's as lovely as this, I need to find any reason to make the vote not me, right? So I really need to take today to really infiltrate these people's hearts, minds, and games, make them feel like I am what's good for their game and that they're what's good for my game. And I plan on saying like, hey, I think Fishbach might have picked me first, and I just like to share with you guys. Like, one thing I talked about in my video is how I play these games super loyal, and how if I find the group a good group, I like to stick with them into the end. I'm more than okay with losing to somebody in the end because I respect their game and stuff. And he also gave this speech about that, like, same thing about being loyal to these people as soon as we got in the tribe call. So it's believable. And that is not far off how I play the game. But if I could, like, say that, I think it'll really help people. If I get an opportunity to say that, I think it'll help people really, like, want to have me in their corner. And that's what I need right now. I feel like everybody is lovely. I don't know where people's, like, loyalties will lie or whatever, but I need them to be with me. So I will do what I have to do to make sure that I am in there like swimwear. And that's that on that. Like, I am not going to be first boot from this game. I would be absolutely devastated. I've never been first boot. Let me knock on wood. And I just, yeah, but that's all I have for now until day 1.
Oh my fucking god, I just found the idol. The compass. I just found the compass. Whew. I was on that call. That was terrifying. Here's me going to make sure that I'm off the Discord. Yep, we're all good. We're all good. Oh my god. So, oh my god, where does it start? Where does it start? Oh my god, sorry, I'm like losing my shit right now. We were on the call. A lot happened. I'll start with the compass, and then I'll backtrack into the people and all the things. We're on the call, and it's me and David. We're in a room. We're just chatting, and Rhonda joins, and we're like, oh my god, Rhonda. And she's like, you know what, you guys, the energy you met me with is so nice. Like, I'll tell you what happened at the summit. She tells us she got a clue. And I see David writing down the clue. Oh man. I see him writing down the clue. I'm like, shit, I should have done that. But I'm like, you know what? At this point, like, I trust David. David's gonna tell me what it says. And then in the call, when we're all talking after everything, oh my god, I'm shaking. We're all talking after everything. Shane's name is like, do you want a clue? And I'm like, okay, now I can get it in writing, right? What I got from Rhonda was like something about a picture of the jury and maybe the finalists. I couldn't remember, and they were glowing. It was like, you'll be glowing too if you find it. I was like, what? I was like, are there pictures of the jury like on Reddit? Like, I'm going through Survivor Reddit. Like, I'm like, that would be so far back. Like, that's not possible. So my brain is going, and I see this Discord, and I send it in. And I get the actual clue in writing. I'm like, okay. And there's a key piece at the end. It says you will be one step closer to being a dragon slayer. I'm like, okay, it has to do with Coach. And we knew it had to do, right, with the players. So I was already kind of looking on Steven and Coach's Instagrams, but I was like, okay, it's gotta be on Coach. Coach is something. I couldn't find his Twitter. So I was like, you know what, let's check Instagram, because
why not? And so I'm scrolling, there's this picture, everyone's kind of like lit up, and it's definitely a picture of like the Survivor people, and I open the comments, and you know the thing where you gotta like go all the way to the most recent comments because it's at the top instead of the bottom for no reason. So, but I was like, this is the post, and it's there, and I'm shaking. I'm shaking like crazy. And meanwhile, I am on video call with my entire fucking tribe. I am on video call with my tribe, and I send it in, and I'm waiting, and I'm not getting a response. I'm like, oh my god, someone got it. Someone got it already, oh my god. And like, obviously, the only person is David, because all love to Rhonda. Rhonda was not finding that shit. So I think the key Dragon Slayer thing at the end was something, I don't know if David missed or just didn't pick up on, or like, oh my god. So I got it. I found the compass, and David's gonna know I have it. David is going to know. There was a clue in the Discord, and I could play it off, like blah, blah, blah. Or this is a trust building moment. I hate telling people when I have advantages, but this could be a trust building moment because, so the way this all started was we had a first impression vote, and they didn't say they were getting voted off, which I think there was a slip of wording, but they made it very clear the person wasn't actually going home. But regardless, I wanted to be in the majority. I don't think Rhonda was going to be paying attention either. I think she was going to be too caught up with the tech and all the things. So I voted for Rhonda. I almost voted for myself. I was like, I don't want to piss anyone off, but maybe it would be seen as a cop-out. I don't want to ask that in front of the whole cast. So I'm like, okay. So I vote for Rhonda. Rhonda gets a majority. I was trying to see who voted for who, but because I was trying to hold my paper so close to the screen, I was like peeking around my paper to like see who voted who. I saw that Jeni voted Robbie, and apparently David voted me. I didn't even see that. He told me afterwards. I was like, David, you didn't have to tell me. I didn't notice. He obviously assumed I noticed. I didn't notice, but I am glad that he like said something to me. We did the puzzle. So then, whatever. Rhonda's gone. We have to split ourselves up into groups to do puzzles. And I end up with David. And David and I were the last ones to go. And so he was like, it's just us in the room. Like, let's talk. The puzzle was really easy. I didn't even like look at it or register it. By the time we were done like talking, he was like, by the way, this is what the puzzle is. I was like, yeah, you're right. So we're just talking. He was like, look, I'm really sorry. I voted for you. I don't know if this makes sense, but I voted for you because I wanted to work with you. I get such good vibes from this guy. Like, I can't even tell you. I came in today with a goal. Number one ally. That was the goal. The goal was number one ally and be on Fishbach's team. Double success. And I was first pick out of the females on Fishbach's team. These are like so many wins for me today. Okay, I'm killing it. So David and I clicked. I was like, look, I've got your back. I realized I could have been more like excited, but I think my energy was good enough to the fact that even though my words weren't super like, yes, I got you, like, you don't want to say number one to someone on the first day, but I was like, look, if your name is out there, like, I've got you. I get good vibes from you. Like, we got this. Like, we were talking, like, game talk. I get good vibes from him. So that's where I'm at with David. And then we ended up in the room with Rhonda. And so that's why I'm like, maybe we give David the information, because he's gonna go looking for it right now. I'm sure as we speak, he probably found it. Like, truly, in the past 5 minutes that I've been recording this, he probably found it already. There was definitely a moment where I like sat back and I was like, I found it. You know, I had that big like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stretch, guys, but like, I took my full body relaxed. I've been shaking since like an hour before this all started, just because the first day is like so nerve-wracking. But so that's on the compass. That's on my little first impression moment with David. And then I'm also gonna give you a breakdown of the whole game. Hey guys, it's Simona. I am so excited to be playing this season. I can't even describe. We're going to talk a little bit about day 1, day 0, the first impressions, the first day, all the things that went down. There's a lot to unpack here. I'm finally calm, cool, collected. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to like verbalize the experience because for the past like 2 hours I've just been shaking the whole time. But now I'm good. We're here. A little bit about me. I'm 19. I'm from California. I'm in college. I'm probably the youngest on the cast, but that's okay. That's okay. You can see here I'm in my dorm room. It's gonna be a fun experience explaining to my roommate what I'm doing. She knows I'm playing this, but being like, hey, I need to roll up the rug because I'm doing push-ups. She's gonna be like, Simona, are you okay? Survivor. It's okay. So day 1, first things first, right? Everyone gets on the call. I know one thing. Well, one person, Jack. Jack and I do come from the same org community. Here's the funny thing about Jack. Jack and I are mutuals. We've talked a little bit over the years, multiple years, but I have been in the community so long that it's gotten to a point that I don't even really remember my history with people. I know, or I'm pretty sure the last game that Jack and I played together was multiple years ago, and I think it was an Amazing Race style game. So it's been a minute. There hasn't been much strategy. We might have played some like mini games together, but I don't really remember my history with Jack. I hope it's good. And I assume because it's a familiar face and I don't know anybody else here, all these people look to be at least 5 years older than me. I'm hoping that we're gonna connect because we know each other. We're gonna have each other's backs because that's kind of an automatic trust, like a comfort type of thing. And I'm looking around and I'm seeing there's this one guy, I don't know his name. He was first pick overall. He was coach's pick. And he looked scary. He looked intimidating, the type of person that I would be intimidated by. Okay, whatever. The picks are going. This one guy, Fishbach's first pick was Robbie. I was like, yes, I liked Robbie. Just the vibe I got from Robbie was good. I was like, okay, now I really want to be on Fishbach's team. I did from the start. The picks keep going. Jack and I are on different teams. I'm like, okay, you know what? There goes that plan, but it's okay. We're gonna vibe. We're gonna find other people. It's gonna be good. Sorry, I thought someone was coming. Dorm life. So yeah, I'm vibing with my team. So yeah, the team vibes are good. And then we're kind of chatting it up. Fishbach is like trying to give us advice. And like all of a sudden, like Fishbach was on my screen because I like alphabeticalness and Discord and everything. Like my face was right next to Steven's, and I was like, whoa! Like I took a screenshot, of course, like fan moment. And Rhonda just kept talking, and she's very sweet. She's very outspoken. She reminds me of people that I know, and we're gonna leave it at that. And she's very nice, but she the technology thing is clearly a challenge for her, and she keeps talking over Steven, and I'm frustrated because I'm just here for Steven, and so that's kind of what's happening there. But like everyone was really sweet. The charities everyone was playing for were great. There were no bad reactions to mine, which I was a little bit worried about, just not knowing who these people were, where they were from. Obviously playing for Planned Parenthood can be very polarizing in some people's opinions, so I didn't get any kind of funky looks, so that's a good sign. And what else? So then they're like, okay, head back to the main channel, whatever. So we're there, and host Jonathan, I think, is like, and we're gonna do a first impression vote. I was like, hello, of all the twists, that's low on my list. So I was like, who is everyone probably gonna vote? It's probably gonna be Rhonda, just because she was like a polarizing figure and everyone else was so middle of the road, and voting anyone else out felt random. So Rhonda did get majority, and I was trying to peek over my paper to see who everyone else was voting, but I didn't get a good look. Apparently David voted me, so I was like, well, there goes my flawless record this season, but it was fine. And so yeah, so she left, but something about the wording made it clear that she wasn't gone, which was semi-reassuring. You know, it was like I just wronged someone and they're not actually out of the game. But on the other hand, this woman seems like someone that I can push and pull and be like, I knew you weren't leaving, I knew you were gonna get an advantage, and I really wanted to work with you. Whatever, I can spin it, and I feel like she'll believe me, frankly. Yep, so that was what happened there. Then we had this little challenge moment, and what did we do? We split into puzzle teams, and I ended up with David, and David and I were the last ones to go. So everyone else had already left, and David and I got to be alone in the room, and we were just talking for a minute, basically being like, hey, he was like, hey, I voted you. I didn't even notice, but like, thank you for pointing that out. He was like, I voted you because I wanted to work with you. I was like, I know what you mean. Whatever, like, I would have been getting an advantage, right? Like, it's fine. We knew it wasn't a first impression vote, so I don't take any offense. It was he probably felt safe voting me, felt safe being like, I want to work with her, so me voting for her won't matter. I don't care. I really like David. And so he basically was like, I want to use this opportunity to like talk to you, make an alliance. I'm like, perfect, sounds great. So David and I, we make our little alliance. We solve the puzzle really easily. We go to the room we're supposed to go to. Rhonda joins us, and then we get to the compass portion of this whole confessional. As for the rest of people on my team, I get good vibes from Robbie and Z. Jeni seems headstrong and definitely someone who I want to be on her good side because I feel like she's gonna be bold. I get the same vibe from the other guy, Randy. He seems like he's gonna be bold. Holden, I feel like will be more chill, which is something to keep an eye on in a different way. But yeah, that's pretty much everyone. You know, the vibe I got from David is that he wants Rhonda around. Just because we already flung her, it would be very easy to make her first boot. I feel like for like cohesion of the tribe and her team and team bonding, that would be a nice reason to make her first boot. But hopefully we win the exemption challenge and we don't have to go to the crossroads. And regardless, you know, I got some good things done today. I made a number 1 ally. I got the coach that I wanted, or the fish that I wanted, haha. And I found a compass. Those are 3 pretty good things. Just it's a little less pretty good that someone very quickly is going to figure out, or maybe 2 someones are going to figure out that I have the compass, which puts me in a tricky situation because Rhonda is a loud mouth. So that is how I'm feeling, and that has been day 0. So hope you enjoyed.
Okay, so there we go. That's a bit better. My first confessional. I'm sorry it's late. Better late than never. Your girl's always on the move. Time is money, am I right? So what can I even say? Where do I even begin? First day was so exciting. I was so nervous because I've played a handful of games on Facebook, of org games. Big Brother, Survivor, The Challenge, The Mole, you know, what have you. I'll try it. I'll try anything once. But that's so different than like, because, you know, most of that's on Messenger, and then we have things live on Zoom, but it's not constantly like, you know, like where we're always on camera interacting with people, and then that's the only time we can talk. You know, like we can message each other 3 a.m. and like all this stuff. And I mean, I could hit up the main chat doing that, but like, why would I do that? People are just like gonna be like, get this girl out, you know? So anyways, it's just so different, and I was so nervous, but that went away really quickly. It was overridden by excitement and just eagerness to get started, to get the game going. And so it was really cool getting to meet both Coach and Steven. And I'll be honest, y'all, I really thought that Coach was gonna pick me because the thing is, I love Coach, I really do, but his whole thing is like, he's kind of a character, right? I know my strengths as a player, but I also know the perception of me. And I know that I am a big character in these games. I am just being myself. I don't intend to be, but what can I say? What can I say? I just have that kind of personality. So I assumed because of my video that Coach would pick me, but Steven picked me. And here's the thing is I don't want to find out that I was picked last. I think that would break my heart. So I'm just gonna tell myself until I find out when it's on the YouTube that I wasn't picked last. I wasn't the last resort. So we're just gonna go with that assumption. But I was so excited for Steven to pick me because like, I love them both. I would have been honored to be on either of their teams, but like, I feel like as a player, I resonate more with Steven, like strategically. I actually played a game recently where my partner in crime, I didn't even realize it at the end, he said, he and I played like Steven and JT, and I was just like, oh my God, you're so right. So it's just like full circle for me right now. And it's just so cool getting to talk to him, like to the fact that I can like ask him advice about these games, because I've been playing these on and off for about 7-8 months now. So like there's just so much to learn. There's so much to learn, and I'm so excited. As for first impressions, I really like my team. I think they're all really great. I ended up being paired up with Robbie and Holden in the puzzle, the like team building puzzle that we did, or activity that we did. And like we ended up in a room together, and then the other pairs ended up in a room together. And like I was just very happy to be in a room with Holden and Robbie, because those are the people that like I just felt like, just looking at everybody on the screen, I was like, I want to talk to them, like I want to get to know them. And so we did kind of talk a little bit, and before we left I was like, guys, just saying, I'm not like saying anything, I'm not asking for your hand in marriage, but like this could be something. And then we went into the main, like the base camp, and yeah, so I'm feeling really great about them. I love everybody else so far. Simona seems really cool. She seems a little like reserved, which I get it, girly, I've been there too. And then Jeni seems very sweet. Like her aura about her, her energy is just very like calming. Randy, he is obviously like the rallier, like he's the one keeping the conversation going. He's the one throwing questions out, trying to like bring up topics of conversation. And I super appreciate that. Like I can absolutely step up and be that person, but in a game like this, it's better to let someone else do that. I tried not to like take too much control over the conversation, but there was like at one point I was like, wait, not everybody answered the question. Let's get back to that. Just a little bit of my control freak coming out, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I don't think anybody noticed. I hope not. And then who am I forgetting? Robbie? Who have I talked about? Okay, so there's Dave. Okay, so there's Dave, Simona, Rhonda. Oh my God, Rhonda is amazing. She has so much knowledge. Like she just has lived a life, and we heard just a small fraction of it, but it sounds like she has a lot of wisdom to share, and so that's just like really incredible. I'm excited to get to know her more. I will say she overpowers the conversation a little bit, but she has so much to offer, so like I'll gladly shut up. Sorry, trying not to curse. I'll gladly shut up and let someone else talk. Like I've only been here for so long on this earth, and she's lived 1,000 lives, it seems, and she's just very passionate about Survivor and very passionate about the game. So it's just really exciting to see that and to like come across someone who has that energy, because like I am super passionate about the game. I love Survivor. I love all of these games, you know, like Big Brother, the challenge, blah, 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 all this stuff, etc., etc. So it's just nice to like, and that's the thing too, is like I feel like everybody on our team has that level of like excitement and eagerness to be here, and I love that. Like I would hate to be on a team with people that are trying to play it cool. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm very enthusiastic. I'm very much a fan of showing how much I care. So I love that I'm on a team with other people who aren't afraid to show that they care either. Who else? Okay, sorry. So there's Simona, Rhonda, Jeni, me, Dave, Holden. No, I did talk about Robbie, sorry. Oh my God, who am I forgetting? Randy. Okay, so that's 8. Yeah. Dave, I haven't had a chance to get to connect with as much, but I really did like what he did have to say when he was speaking. So I don't know, overall great vibes. I really hope I gave off good vibes. Oh, it's always so scary. It's like going on a first date. Like someone said that yesterday too, and it's just like literally like we're on our first date right now trying to figure out how to navigate this conversation and like get to know each other but not reveal too much, you know, because you don't want to give it all away on the first date, you know, you want to leave them coming back for more. So sorry, this analogy got away from me, but anyways, I'm gonna run to the store, get my supplies, because it's been a busy time. Anyways, we're gonna get through it. We're gonna do our first official challenge, and I'm so scared. We're gonna see what challenge coordinator Jess has in store for us, and I'm scared.